Why do men really need sex and intimacy? This question is often mocked in casual conversations, reduced in the media to comedy sketches, or buried beneath cultural stereotypes. But beneath all of that noise lies one of the most profound truths about human life, one that determines the health of families, marriages, societies, and ultimately nations. For if we misunderstand why men need sex and intimacy, we risk creating generations of fractured homes, hidden addictions, and silent loneliness. When we talk about men and sex, many immediately think of biology, hormones, and physical drive. And when we mention intimacy, many assume it is merely emotional closeness. But the truth is deeper. Sex is not simply about a physical release. And intimacy is not merely about sentimental words. Both are rooted in the very design of man. To understand why men need sex and intimacy, we must go back to purpose. For nothing in creation was made without purpose. And where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. Let us begin with design. The Creator gave man seed. This seed is not just a physical reality. It is a symbol of potential, a testimony that within man rests the possibility of generations yet unborn. Sex is the act by which that seed is entrusted. The moment when legacy is deposited into the womb of the future. This is why sex is sacred. It is not just pleasure, it is power. It is not just desire, it is destiny. Yet sex, when separated from intimacy, becomes distorted. It becomes an act of consumption rather than communion. It reduces the sacred to the shallow. It strips the eternal into something temporary. And intimacy, when denied its physical expression within the covenant of marriage, can feel incomplete, leading to frustration, distance, and unspoken wounds. That is why men need both sex and intimacy, not as separate realities, but as a divine union. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a man who seems to have everything: wealth, achievements, admiration, and yet he looks hollow? He can buy pleasure, but he cannot buy intimacy. He can attract partners, but he cannot sustain covenant. He has a full bed, but an empty heart. This is the crisis of modern masculinity, the confusion between being desired and being truly known. When a man longs for sex, it is not always lust. Often, it is his attempt to speak the language of closeness. Sex becomes his way of saying, I want to be accepted. I want to be received. I want to know that I am not alone. When a man seeks intimacy, he is saying, I want to be known beyond my performance. I want someone to see me, not just what I do. The tragedy of our times is that many men are overdosed on sexual encounters, yet starve for intimacy. Their bodies are satisfied, but their souls are thirsty. Consider the man who comes home exhausted. He carries the silent weight of expectations, bills unpaid, opportunities missed, the unrelenting demand to provide in an economy that seems to give less than it takes. He cannot always articulate his struggle. He may not have the words, but in that moment, the touch of intimacy, the assurance that he is seen, understood, and honored can heal him in ways that money or applause never could. This is why intimacy is essential. It is the restoration of the soul. But here lies the problem. Many men confuse sex with intimacy, and many women misinterpret men's desire for sex as mere selfishness. In truth, for many men, sex is the doorway into intimacy. When he feels received physically, he interprets it as acceptance emotionally. But when intimacy is withheld, sex can turn into a desperate attempt to feel alive. And when sex is pursued without intimacy, it leaves him emptier than before. This is why discipline is critical. Sex and intimacy were never meant to be bandages for insecurity. They were meant to be expressions of covenant. A man without self-mastery will misuse his need for sex. A man without purpose will abuse intimacy. Without discipline, the need for intimacy becomes manipulation, and the need for sex becomes addiction. That is why the first task of every man is not to seek sex, nor even intimacy, but to master himself. When a man discovers his vision, everything changes. Sex is no longer conquest. It becomes communion. Intimacy is no longer optional. It becomes oxygen. His relationships stop being escapes and start becoming fuel. He no longer hides behind performance or pleasure because his sense of identity is rooted in purpose. And when purpose anchors him, he can give intimacy freely and receive it without fear. Let us reflect on today's world. Men are under pressure. The economy is uncertain. Burnout is everywhere. Identity is questioned. In such times, the lack of intimacy can destroy a man more than the lack of income. Because when intimacy is absent, he has no refuge. He may still fight battles outside, but without intimacy, he has no safe place inside. And when that safe place is missing, men often turn to counterfeits, pornography, affairs, shallow relationships, addictions. But these are not solutions. They are illusions. They promise fulfillment but deliver emptiness. They numb the pain but never heal it. This is why intimacy must be cultivated daily, not just in moments of passion. Intimacy is built in listening, in shared silence, in forgiveness, in trust, in serving one another, in showing up consistently. Sex then becomes the fruit of that soil. It's not the only attempt at planting it. Soil without fruit is alive, waiting. Fruit without soil is dead, decaying. Many men are chasing fruit without ever tending the soil. But if you invest in the soil of intimacy, the fruit of sex will be abundant and nourishing. Let us speak honestly about burnout. Men are tired, not just in their bodies, but in their souls. Society teaches men to wear masks of strength, to suppress emotion, to act invincible. But invincibility is a myth. Every man needs a place where he can take off the armor without fear of being attacked. That place is intimacy. Without it, men break quietly. With it, men resagin. Some men resist intimacy because it exposes their wounds. It forces them to admit fears and weaknesses. So they hide behind sex, a temporary high, a quick victory. But healing does not come through hiding. It comes through connection. The risk of intimacy is the price of genuine love. And when a man dares to pay that price, he discovers intimacy does not weaken his masculinity. It completes it. The world says to men, conquer, achieve, dominate. But God says, love, serve, unite. That is why sex and intimacy are not optional luxuries. They are sacred necessities. Man was not designed to be alone, nor to live divided. He was designed to be one with another, body and soul. Let me speak to men directly. You are not weak because you need intimacy. You are not unmanly because you desire sex. You are human, and you are designed. The issue is not whether you need these things, but how you pursue them. If you chase them without purpose, they will leave you empty. If you honor them with discipline, they will make you whole. But hear this warning. The absence of intimacy will always attract counterfeits. And counterfeits always destroy more than they give. That is why you must protect intimacy like treasure. Guard it with honesty. Nurture it with sacrifice. Strengthen it with patience. Let sex be the echo of your intimacy, not the substitute for it. The future belongs to men who understand this. Men who know that sex without intimacy is emptiness, but sex with intimacy is abundance. Men who realize that pleasure without purpose leads to despair, but pleasure with intimacy leads to joy. Men who stop chasing validation and start building covenant. The world does not need more men who can impregnate women. It needs men who can nurture families. It does not need more men who conquer women. It needs men who cherish them. It does not need more men who chase sex. It needs men who honor intimacy. Because when a man honors intimacy, he builds homes that last, children who flourish, and societies that are stable. Think about legacy. A man who neglects intimacy may still leave wealth, but he will leave behind fractured children. A man who dishonors sex may still leave reputation, but he will leave behind broken trust. But a man who honors both sex and intimacy leaves a legacy that money cannot buy. He leaves love that outlives him, values that endure, and children who walk in wholeness. This is why men must rise, not to dominate, but to serve, not to consume, but to create, not to chase pleasure, but to fulfill purpose. The need for sex and intimacy is not a flaw, it is a design. The question is whether you will abuse it or honor it. So let every man commit. I will master myself. I will define my vision. I will honor covenant. I will not cheapen sex into lust, nor reduce intimacy into weakness. I will build both as sacred, because in them lies strength, healing, and destiny. And when men rise with this understanding, marriages will no longer crumble in silence. Children will no longer grow up in homes starved of love. Societies will no longer be built on fractured foundations, because intimacy restores what performance cannot. And sex, when honored, becomes the act of creation, not destruction. This is why men really need sex and intimacy, not just to survive, but to fulfill the purpose for which they were created. Because when a man joins body and soul in covenant, he does not just find pleasure, he finds power. He does not just feel accepted, he becomes whole. And from that wholeness, he can lead, create, and transform the world. That is the core. That is the design. That is the truth.